Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Entrepreneurial Finance, financing through business angels. What are business angels about? Well, actually, we know this is private individuals, and we already talked about the 4Fs. So the first financing, this is purely financing. This is putting money into companies without additional support. And with the business angels, it's said that this changes. So financing through business angels is bringing in money, bringing in support. This plays a vital role in building entrepreneurial companies. And we can see that when we're looking at these examples of company, they were all financed by business angels at the very beginning. Google, for example, the first 100,000 Andy Bechtolsheim, Facebook by Peter Thiel, and all the others obtained business angel financing at the very beginning. And for all those angels, it was highly successful. But these companies probably weren't able to build the company without this investment. I mean, would the Google founders ever have founded their business without having Andy Bechtolsheim coming around telling them, well, here's the first $100,000, why don't you start your own company? They didn't want to start an own company. So this is when they decided to do that. And this is a success story at the very end. But it was not a really planned successful story. I mean, in most cases, it's not planned. It's full of uncertainty. So angel investing can be very, very successful. But let's look at what angel investors are about. Here is typical examples of angel investor and typical definitions of angel investing, because business angels or angel investing is said to have, and this is why they are called angels right now, they are said to have two wings. The one wing is for the capital, the other is for additional support. And this is the two wings of an angel. So first of all, in order to have the financial means for that, it's mostly wealthy individuals who invest in startup companies. And they do not only invest, they also provide their expertise. So they put in equity, and they want to make that equity game in terms of getting for capital gains, so making more out of their equity. But in addition to that, angels provide value-added services. So it's first of all about money, and secondly, it's about additional support. And this is what differentiates them to regular individuals who put money into companies. Good examples for that: Stefan Schubert, for example. He started his first popular company on Vista in the 90s. He brought that public, and afterwards he's basically financing young entrepreneurs to build their own businesses. Erfahrungen austauschen. This is what is written on here, and it is about experience. It is about putting in money, and it's about putting in experience, helping these young entrepreneurs with experience to build their businesses. Cornelius Börsch, considered as Europe's Angel of the Year in 2009, he also started his own company, brought this public, and is now investing his money into companies. He has a different approach, he has more investments, but he is still using his network to help these companies. So what you can see in both examples, it's first of all about money. They made some money, and it's second about their experience, which they use to build these companies. And this is what business angels are about. And there you can basically also differentiate the private investors into three groups. You have, and this is what Stefan Schubert or Cornelius Börsch or Peter Thiel are about. This is active business angels. They already invested, they have experience, they deliver value, they build companies or they help building companies. There's also potential business angels. People who might not be businessmen, but they are looking for business. And they invest into businesses, and maybe they built a network. And they use this network to make their company more successful, the companies they invested in more successful. So these guys might be virgin because they never invested before, or latent because they were active in the past and they will be in the future but have no investment at the moment. This is actually the side of the business angels. And now on the other side, we still have passive private investors, which is basically part of the 4Fs. This is the so-called fools, and I said, this is not fools because they're not able to be clever. They're very clever. They might be doctors or dentists or rich people, but they're not able to help entrepreneurs. So they are unable, or they do not have the time to add value to the companies. So they can provide money, but they don't provide additional support. They do not have two wings, and this is why we do not consider these as business angels, just passive private investors.